Hello friends, I am Dr. Vijay Prakash and today I'll be telling you about intracoronal retainers in fixed prosthodontics. Now, intracoronal retainers are those retainers which lie within the normal contours of the clinical crown or a tooth. So by definition, if we see, they are those retainers which are confined within the cusp or the normal axial contours of the tooth. Types of intracoronal retainers can be your proximal occlusal inlay, as you can see in the figure, and a MOD only. Proximo-occlusal inlay is defined as a fixed intracoronal restoration, which is a dental restoration made outside the tooth to correspond to the form of the pipette cavity, which is then luted into the tooth. Now what happens, you have formed an inlay, prepared a cavity in the tooth, and then you make it outside, you take an impression and make it outside in on the cast, and then once this restoration is ready, then you lute it or you cement it onto the tooth structure. Indications for such type of retainer is where you have minimal caries or old restoration which requires a mesoocclusal or a disto-occlusal restoration, or you have adequate dental support. This is very much important, where the patient is having low caries index and the patient requests that they want an all ceramic or a gold restoration instead of the amalgam or a composite resin type of restoration. The contraindication for intracoronal retainers, that is the proximo-occlusal inlay, is where the patient is having high caries index, where the patient cannot maintain good hygiene or the patient has poor oral hygiene. Patient is a young patient where you have high pulpal horns, and the patient is having parafunctional habits such as bruxism, where you have the MOD restoration already and there is a high risk of fracture. So in those cases it is better not to give such type of restoration. Where the teeth are small, the size of the teeth are small, so chances of fracture maybe of the tooth is also there. So in those cases do not indicate a proximo-occlusal inlay. And where you have poor dental support which requires an extensive preparation. The advantages for such type of restoration is superior material properties. Either this inlay is made up of all ceramic material or all metal material. So definitely you have a superior material properties. Longevity is there because once it is cemented within the confines of the tooth, it stays for a longer period of time, and there are no discoloration from corrosion. There is least complex cast restoration, and there is less wear in comparison to composite. Composite restoration, they wear faster in comparison to an all ceramic or an all metal inlay. The disadvantages for this type of restoration is they are less conservative than amalgam, and the display of metal, if you are making with an all metal material, they utilizes a wedge retention which exerts some outward pressure on the tooth. So that factor is there, wherein we don't indicate in a smaller teeth. So if there is wedging effect on the tooth, the teeth become weaker and chances of fracture on high masticatory force is there. It is a time consuming procedure because you need to have different impressions and then you need to send it to the lab for its fabrication. It is a costlier treatment in comparison to a composite restoration or an amalgam restoration. It is accurate occlusion is difficult to achieve, so you have to be very accurate with your impressions. Another drawback is intraoral adjustment is difficult as it is fragile before bonding. So these are all the drawbacks of this type of intraoral retainer. Another type of intracoronal retainers are the MOD only. An MOD only is a restoration that restores one or more cusp and the adjoining occlusal surface or the entire occlusal surface, and it is retained by the mechanical or adhesive means. The indications for an onlay, as you can see, it is confining to The cusp, if you see, the restoration is taking advantage of these cusp and it is covering the entire cusp. So this type of restoration is an MOD only. The indications are worn carious tooth with intact buccal and lingual cusp. So either of those cusp is intact and the other cusp is damaged. So in those cases, you can indicate this type of intracoronal restoration. Where you have an MOD amalgam restoration and it requires replacement, or where you have an MOD restoration with wide isthmus. MOD means for mesio, occlusal and distal. So where you have a restoration which is extending from the mesio-occlusal, on the occlusal and the disto-occlusal. So those cases are the MOD restorations. And these are also indicated where you have low caries index. The contraindications are where the patient is having high caries index, where the patient cannot maintain good hygiene, and where you have the short clinical crowns. The advantages of such type of restoration is it provides support for the cusp, definitely, because it is bonding and covering the cusp. It has higher strength and have greater longevity in comparison to an amalgam or a composite restoration. The drawback is it does not have adequate retention because it is flaring out, and if the patient is having lot of sticky food or habitual sticky food, then there is chances that the MOD only can dislodge. Another thing is it is less conservative than amalgam because you require preparation of the entire tooth, that is on the cuspal region, and you have another thing is the finishing of its margin is difficult in less accessible areas. Then you have to bond this type of restoration with a resin cement, and sometimes what may happen that a resin flash or overhangs are difficult to clean, and those are areas where you have plaque accumulation, and from there your periodontal problems can start. So this is all about intracoronal retainers. Thank you for watching the video.